what everyone else is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped. All right, it's the Spirit Campfire, armed to the teeth. Look at this, it's a Banshee 10 millimeter with an FRT trigger, which means it has 3 positions, but it's not a machine gun because the trigger works 1 time per round fired, but it has the same rate of fire as a machine gun. Oh my goodness, maybe we should have an organization called the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, and they can be in charge of a drink, a farm crop, and my God-given individual right to keep and bear arms. I don't think so. Hey, ATF, this isn't a gun, it's a muffler. If they were here, I'd like smack them upside the head. Think, man, think! You gotta think. Well, our law says that it's a gun. It's not a gun. Guns shoot bullets. This is a muffler. Welcome back to the Real American Voice Spirit Campfire, Ted Nugent. This is a Banshee 10 millimeter. It's so awesome. And my friends, Kip and Matt, over there at Frontline Defense in Waco, Texas. It takes Glock magazines, Glock 10 millimeter magazines. Sure it does. Come on, Ted, close the gap and release the magazine. And I got some 30 rounders, but ultimately I shoot Remington 200 grain core lock 10 millimeter rounds that are like metal target clang masters. Hey, Ted Nugent, clang master, reporting for duty. But anyhow, thank you, Kip and Matt down there at Frontline Defense in Waco, Texas, right next to Lone Star Music. Isn't that a coincidence that my music shop, Calvin Ross Lone Star Music on Lake Air Drive in Waco, is right next to Frontline Defense, my gun shop, and right next to that is Whiz Banger's best hamburgers in America. So I got guitars, guns, and burgers. Though I don't eat burgers very often because I like to cook my own because I kill my own because I have the healthiest diet in the world. So Oregon, we are currently an outtake of a Planet of the Apes episode. So if you smoke enough dope and your brain turns into a sun-baked turd, you might want to ban hunting, fishing, and trapping, and then within 1 year take our tax dollars to hire some government goon to kill the animals that we failed to balance, to catch the fish that we failed to balance and value, and then hire government trappers to get the skunks and the coons and the possums and the wolves and the coyotes and the badgers and the bobcats. And you know, there's brain dead. You know, people who graduate from schools in America that can't tell. I'm not supposed to do. I'm supposed to do. It's funny stuff. I'm laughing at these people. Carmelo Anthony stabbed that young man, Austin. What is his name? Austin. His name is Austin. I should know the victim's name. I apologize. But there's such a whirlwind. Kyle, what is his name? Austin, the victim of Carmelo Anthony's stabbing murder. Good grief. Anyhow, Oregon wants to ban hunting. They've tried it many times, and then tax dollars are wasted to devalue precious, sacred, revered wildlife resources into the liability column instead of the asset column. Let me just summarize it thusly. By the way, Banshee 10 millimeter, awesome. FRT triggers, awesome. ATF, laughable. Well, the ATF is going to side on gun owners. Then you need to get rid of the ATF. If you want to really be on the side of the Second Amendment, which is clear and obvious, not ambiguous, shall not be infringed. Everything the ATF stands for is an infringement. And if you're in charge of alcohol and tobacco, you're doing a great job. Where do you think you have the authority over alcohol, tobacco, or guns? Yikes. Anyhow, so Oregon, if you're going to ban hunting, I'm going to move to Oregon and go hunting. Because it's an immoral, insane, crazy, anti-nature, anti-science, arbitrary, punitive, capricious regulation law that I will defy. Well, yeah, it's the law. Yeah, we'll talk to the American patriots that went to Concord Bridge because the law was they're going to come and take our guns. We met them at the bridge and shot them in the face. Seems appropriate. Well, violence is never the answer. Yeah, I think so. I think Concord Bridge, that was the answer. The Alamo, that was the answer. So, my favorite guns, I got a Marlin 10 millimeter. Look at this. A Marlin saddle gun. in stainless steel. This is an Uncle Ted's favorite gun segment on Real America's Voice because there's so much stupidity out there that I have to bring you sanctuary and positive perfection. PP, positive perfection, personified. Pumpkin. So 10 millimeter, Remington Core-Lock, 10 millimeter, 200 grain. This is, we're talking about a handy dandy little rifle. So now I got a 10 millimeter handgun, got a 10 millimeter Banshee, full automatic. Well, it's not a machine gun because the FRT trigger only fires one shot per trigger pull. Okay, fine. Numbnut. So, my favorite gun, Marlin 10 millimeter stainless steel. Thank you, Bob Miles, for coordinating this. And let's keep on the escape of insanity by celebrating firepower and the perfection of the Second Amendment, even though the Second Amendment has nothing to do with deer hunting. But I got a new Christensen's Armed. Look at this, 7 millimeter PRC, the smoothest. Christensen's Arms. Thank you, Vic. What a trigger. Oh, no. Ow! 3 pound Christensen Arms, 7 millimeter PRC, shooting a 140 grain bullet, doing about 3,200 feet a second. Terminal velocity. I'm going to get me maybe a Trigicon scope to go on here. Dave Folsom, what do you think? Trigicon, Michigan? Is that Novi, Michigan, or Walled Lake, Michigan? Anyhow, I'm not done yet. We got the Banshee 10 millimeter. Isn't this more fun than tackling the political insanity that's out there that we all know is political insanity, so we don't have to dissect it anymore because we can identify what's wrong, and we can also easily identify how to fix what's wrong. If we could get some people elected to help us fix what's wrong. Democrats are what's wrong. The Southern Poverty Law Center against hate. No, the Southern Poverty Law Center is all about hate. They hate freedom. They hate Christians. They hate farmers. They hate ranchers. They hate conservationists. They hate me. You know that the Southern Poverty Law Center considers me the enemy of America means I am the ultimate American. Because the Southern Poverty Law Center has no soul. There's not an honest bone within 6 miles of anything that says Southern Poverty Law Center. So I got me a 308. Yeah, and we're going to take this baby off and put on we're going to put on a muffler. Because you don't put a gun on a gun. I saw Richard Pryor live, and I about peed my pants. He was so funny. But Richard Pryor, even if he set his afro on fire on stage to exemplify the source of his best comedy routine, because he made fun of himself for setting his afro on fire. It was not funny, but he somehow, with his brilliant comedic mind, turned an ignited afro into a comedy routine. It was hysterical. But you know what's more hysterical than Richard Pryor? The ATF. Based on our language and law, this is a gun. It's not a gun, you numbnut. I could put a powdered donut on the end of my Christensen arm, and the bullet would go through the powdered donut, just like the bullet would go through my muffler. Neither the muffler or a powdered donut qualifies as a gun. What do? Check your brain in at the door? I'm going to work for the ATF. I'll check my brain here because I won't need that anymore. What the It's not funny. It's a crime. So I will take this little flash reducer off my 308, shooting 150 grain Remington Core-Lock ammo. Christensen arm, all fiber carbon. Oh, what a trigger. Reminds me of a Gibson Birdland. Oh, what a trigger. Come on, you know you're having more fun with Ted Nugent's Real America's Voice than any other news outlet, any other journalist, any other reporter, because I know how to prioritize stuff. So now that we got this ballistic coefficient celebration under control, Barack, Warpath Coffee and Round Mountain Apple Cider. So we have Charlie LaDuff joining us. Can you see all the artillery? Barack. That's some funny stuff. If you don't watch Ted Nugent's Spirit of the Wild on the Pursuit channel, you're missing out. I'll shoot a deer right through the pump station, disconnect it, and attempt to track it with my beloved puppies. And when I get to the beast, notifying the world of aim small, miss small perfection of the mystical flight of the arrow, which is the actual path of your life if you use all the gifts that God gave you. And by the way, everybody, my name is Ted Nugent. Write this down. God already gave you everything you need. If you have any problems or questions in life, go to the nearest mirror and look at it. And in the reflection of that mirror will be the indicator, the only guilty party for any decision that you make. No, the person in the mirror is in charge of your life. Nobody did anything against you. If there's problems in your life, the guy in the mirror did it. So all you graduates here in 2026, you're graduating from high school. I hope you can talk. I hope you can read. I hope you can write. Hope you can add and subtract and divide and multiply. Actually, I hope you don't multiply. But the point being is that this First Amendment celebration is brought to you by GetUncleTeds.com. If you want to be as happy as I am, good luck. You have to have happy dogs. And we're getting unsolicited testimonials from people that are using the GetUncleTeds.com dog supplements and nutritional and the treatments. It's good. It's a mad scientist, all organic, natural stuff for our beloved dogs. GetUncleTeds.com. If you have someone you love and they have their dog, you need to get a dog. Go down to Fuzzy Friends in Waco, get a dog. And all of a sudden, the ugliness will dissipate and the happiness will maximize. And GetUncleTeds.com are nutritional and health supplements, all natural, that will benefit the happiness, the feisty, the spirit, the spunkiness of your dog, which translates in this feisty spunkiness of us. I'll be back in a minute.
Now